I'm here on Brianna Treadwell.
All right, count before reset.
Okay. Yes. Are you one to retain?
I am retaining her.
Got it. Okay.
I would file a motion, so that's contacted yesterday.
Okay. Um, what would you like, counsel?
If we can get the I know the circumstances, you know.
I'm okay with doing that some. I'm okay with it. But I'm not, it's not gonna go crazy low, you know, but I am willing to do that. I think it's high, but I wanted her to understand that we mean business and that we're absolutely serious. So do you have a recommendation? What do you think, guys? He wants a bond reduction on Treadwell, and I'm for it.
5,000, Judge?
Each? No, that's too low. Not when you have two open DWIs. Yeah, I was gonna do 10 each.
I think that's appropriate.
And then if you still have an issue, come back, we can talk. But I'm gonna put, if she's able to bond out, I'm gonna put a whole host of conditions on
Oh,
her.
that's
You know, like
understood.
she's not out to be in the no out in the middle of the night, you know, curfew, no driving, and then, you know.
And that's even contingent upon an occupational license. Your Honor.
Well, I'm not, she's got two, I'm not giving her an occupational license. Are you kidding? She's got two open DWIs. Mm-mm.
She has to work. Well, and
She
then
gets into a car accident. She's drinking while she's driving. Her prior case is a .289. She's no way, and understand, counsel, whenever I have anyone that has picked up a DWI with another DWI, I take away the privilege to drive. I just can't trust you. And especially at that high amount, something else is going on. And I just don't want her to kill anyone, you know?
And I have an idea of what is going on. You know, she has some mental issues. So she's taking all this medication that needs to be adjusted because she's having trouble sleeping. And then when it's not time to sleep, trying to operate, you know, she's sleepy then. So that's the wrong time. So she does need to get something.
How old is she?
She is 31. 31.
Who does she live with? Is she married? Does she have kids?
She has two kids, 4 and 11. 4-year-old has autism, has occupational therapy, I believe 3 times a week. You know, 11-year-old, smart as a whip, just won the school spelling bee. You know, it's a bad situation that she has herself in, and as far as the circumstances that she does have at home, of course, it's totally
Second.
second.
Can you bring up Miss Treadwell, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thanks.
Cervantes. Denaro. Judge, we have.
But I get you.
Yeah, we talk to her in the morning. Who's the interpreter? It is. I didn't see that. Give me a second. Let me talk to him, see what, counsel, can I help you out while we're waiting? Good morning, Ms. Treadwell. How's jail? You know, your lawyers come up to me and ask for me to reduce your bond. I've got your bond at a very high rate, you know, $50,000 for a reason. I want you to understand that we mean business. It's not a joke. When you're out there and you're driving in a state that can, very well, you may do something that can cause catastrophic damage and you'll never dig yourself out of a hole. I will reduce your bond. They asked me for 5, I'll do 7,500 each. But I'm telling you, if you do get out, no more issues. I want you on the curfews and I don't want you out in the middle of the night, and I definitely don't want you driving. Do you understand? You're gonna have to find another way to make it work, but not in a car. I just can't trust you. You have a lot of people that depend on you, 2 children that depend on you, right? When you're not there, they're gonna look to love and support from somewhere. And if you're not there, they may look to it at places you don't like or you don't approve of. These are things that you need to consider. When you become a mother, your life's not yours anymore. It's your children's lives. That's who matters. So when you're out there considering doing what you're going to do, the only thing that needs to come in your mind, if I do this, how is it going to impact my kids? That's what you need to be thinking about. Do you understand, man?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make it 7,500 each. Okay. And then if you're able to bond out, you must come here immediately so we can do all the bond conditions, do all the paperwork, because I'm putting an ankle monitor on you so I know where you are. And I'm on your other ankle, I'm going to put a scram so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. And I'm going to tell you now, you bond violate, you consume alcohol again. You pick up a new case, holy, I'm going to go nuts on the bond. Do you understand? Okay, Mr. Treadwell, good luck. Okay, guys. Thank you. Jaramillo Jimenez, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 28, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's motor vehicle after observing it operate without all of its lighting equipment activated during the nighttime. Upon contact with the defendant, who is the driver and sole occupant, officers observed the suspect to have slurred speech, bloodshot eyes, and an odor of alcoholic beverage. Defendant admitted to drinking 2 alcoholic beverages about 1 to 2 hours prior. SFSTs were conducted, 6 out of 6 HGM, 7 out of 8 walk and turn, 2 out of 4 one-leg stand. DICs were read, but breath was refused, and a search warrant was signed and executed. The defendant does also not have an eligible driver's license, Judge.
Again, we have to go on an offense writing report, just class. I mean, it's completely conclusory. Read me the first sentence. Why the PC for the stop?
Read from the DIMS really quickly, Judge. I just want to make sure it's correct.
Without all of its nighttime equipment on. What on earth does that mean?
See if we can read it from the, if we have the offense report, Judge, because that's what
It's
it's. DIMS.
over and over and over and over. I mean,
Bicycle or
headlights, brake lights, turn lights.
fog lamps. I love my favorite kind of light.
I'm just seeing in the offense report, Judge, that driving without lights activated during nighttime.
Better. So you're saying he was driving at night without headlights? Is that?
That's what I believe this offense report is stating. It doesn't specify which lights.
I mean,
Would you like us to follow officer, Judge, to clarify?
yeah, I guess I'll give you a bit of time for, you know. Just toma asiento allá, por favor. All right, Mr. Jaramillo Jimenez, we are back
Estamos aquí de nuevo.
because I wanted to determine whether there is sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. we take it seriously, so I want to make sure that if there is probable cause, there is. When we last left, we were inquiring to see if there was more information because it was conclusory at the time. Refresh my memory, will you,
Yes,
please,
Your Honor.
Alex?
In this case, it was where the officer observed the defendant's vehicle operating without activated, and Mr. Haddad reviewed the body cam and saw that it was without taillights being activated.
This is in the report, though.
In the report that says observing it operate without its lighting equipment activated during the nighttime.
So, Mr. Jaramillo, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Are you a United States citizen? Are you in this country with or without permission, sir?
Resident.
I don't know if you are or not, and quite frankly, it doesn't matter to me. The only thing I'm gonna impart to you is that if you're not in this country with permission, and there's any problem with your immigration paperwork, and you go to jail, immigration finds you, they will put an immigration detainer on you, and you will be stuck in there until this case is over with, and then shipped off to immigration without the ability to get out. Make wise choices while you're out there in my public, because if I find that you're a danger, if I find that you violate conditions, I will put you in custody. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
No.
You are not allowed to drive whatsoever for any reason. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You will be signing a promise with me today. This is an affidavit that you're not going to drive. I don't care what your excuse is. If you drive, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. Likewise, I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol, no more PR bonds for you, sir. All right, I'm gonna have you come up here, swear to us that you're not gonna drive. I'll get you to Victoria to sign a reset. We'll get you with Felicia to sign your bond conditions, and then you'll get out of here. Make wise choices while you're out there in my public. Don't endanger my public. Once you're charged with driving while intoxicated, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge. On October 27th, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle on the Tomball Tollway. After observing it swerving within its lane, unintentionally drift into the lanes beside it and nearly strike another vehicle on the roadway. The vehicle also failed to signal a lane change. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed the defendant to have slurred speech, glossy eyes, and a moderate odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant admitted to driving and to drinking 2 large beers, one of which was found on the back seat passenger floorboard, a quarter of the way full and still cool to the touch.
So drinking while driving?
And standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn thread of 8, one leg stand 2 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to breath. The breath samples were 0.089 and 0.091.
Mr. Ponce, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. You're in this country with or without permission?
Without permission.
What happens if you go to jail?
Nada,
Nothing.
no, sí, no tengo permiso.
No, I don't have any permission.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Without permission.
What happens if you go to jail?
O sea, si usted va a la cárcel.
No estoy ilegal, no puedo hacer nada.
I'm illegal. I can't do anything.
What happens if you go to jail, Mr. Ponce?
No, pues nada, estoy entre la ley, no puedo hacer nada.
I'm outside of the law. I can't do anything about it.
I don't know what kind of answer that is, Mr. Ponce, but I would hope that you would recognize that it's damn elementary that you're not supposed to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. And I'm telling you now, that is a minimum of 5 days in jail. 5 days in jail that you go to as a minimum to any sentence you get on a DWI. And I will tell you that if you do anything more than 4 hours in a jail cell, immigration sweeps it on a daily basis. And if they find you, they will put an immigration detainer on you, and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until the case is over with. And then you get shoved off to immigration, where you were sick for another 6 to 9 months, waiting for immigration to do what they're going to do. That is what happens when you violate the law and you go to jail. Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
I am warning you at this moment not to drive at all for any reason, and you will be signing a promise with me. This is the only warning that you will get, Mr. Ponce, and this is an affidavit. If I find that you violate this, you can look forward to up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive, because I can have a contempt hearing. I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will randomly test you. If you consume alcohol, likewise, you will go to jail. No more PR bonds. The only reason you got out so quick is we gave you a PR bond. You violate conditions, pick up a new case, it will not happen again. Do you understand?
Yes.
What happens if you go to jail?
No, pues no sé.
I don't know.
Did you not hear anything that I just told you?
Nada de lo que le acabo de decir.
Sí, lo escucho muy rápido.
Yes, I did hear it. It's just I heard you very fast.
What will immigration do to you?
¿Qué le hará migración?
No, pues me voy a deportar.
Well, they'll deport me. Así es.
I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I will get you to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset. After that, we will get you to sign for your bond conditions. We will get you out of here. When you come back, have a lawyer, Mr. Ponce.
Él va a traducir todo, ¿ok? Hable solamente en español.
Martinez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail. Credit for the 2 days that you've done.
Yes, sir.
Understand that this DWI will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. If you are ever in a car, the first thing an officer does when they pull you over is they will look at your history. If they find that you have a prior DWI and they smell alcohol on your breath, what do you think they're going to do to you?
¿Usted qué le hará? Arrest me?
Correct. What we're doing today, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. So if you are not smart enough to consider how to get home on a night of drinking, like a little child, we will treat you like a little child, but we will do it by putting you over our knee, spanking you like a little child, and doing it with a minimum of 30 days in jail. So consider your actions, especially if you're not in this country with permission, because it could cost you big. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, there's no coming back from it. You can never change this once you plead guilty. Do you understand?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will send you to the agreement. I am going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license, Mr. Martinez.
Evening, Your Honor. Number one, since the case is ending today, he does have a scram device. Can we get that removal order?
Yes.
Okay. Second, Judge, can we run his court cost concurrent and waive the statutory fine? He is a painter. He essentially works for himself. The projects that he gets are not very consistent. There's times where he goes a month without having a job or without having a project to be working on. He paints houses. So if we could waive that.
How much money do you make a month, Mr. Martinez?
No.
Shh.
2,000, 1,500.
Do you support anyone?
Apoyar a alguien.
En casa, sí, en casa.
In my house, yes.
What your lawyer is asking me to do is to take off and waive around $3,500 worth of fines and fees. And I want you to understand that I will today. But the next time, if there's a next time and you come back, you can look forward to around $7,000 in fines and fees that you will incur. So if you pick up another DWI, it is really going to go bad for you. So consider when you're out there, if you want to drink, just don't get into a car and drive. Because next time, if there is one, it will really cost you big. Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck with Brock. I'm going to do yours and Brock at the same time.
News on Victor Bronco child case, so dismissing that.
Okay, great.
Priscilla Sanchez, she has an electric vehicle, so she took her car to get the interlock installed. They were unsuccessful, so she needs more time to get that installed. Everything else has been paid for PTI.
What's the last name on that one?
Sanchez,
I don't see it.
Gonzalez, maybe?
Oh, here we go. It's under Hernandez. Why didn't she get it on?
Because Easy Interlock couldn't get it on her electric vehicle. She dropped it off late last week, and they said, sorry, we've never done a vehicle like
Is she here
yours.
now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you bring her up?
Sure. Such a come this way, please.
They can't do it on an electric vehicle. They're gonna have to.
She just has to find a provider. We've had like Teslas and all other electric vehicles. You know.
The case is 230 days old. I'm gonna roll her to tomorrow and I'm gonna roll her every day.
Well, she can show the documentation. She took her vehicle to Easy Interlock. And she left it over the weekend, and then they just let her know yesterday, said, sorry, we've never done your vehicle. We can't do it. And she's done her due diligence. It's just, if we can get like a week so she can find a provider that confirms they can do her specific make and model as opposed to her dropping it off and doing all that.
How many times have we reset it for her
Well,
to
this
get
is
the
I think
interlock?
it's her first time, Judge.
Council for reset.
And she has a.
October 2nd, I told you that everything had to be done within 30 days or we would set it for trial because of the age of the case. And here we are, it's still not done, you know? I mean, I'll give you till Thursday. You know,
I mean, they sent me to different locations and they all told me
have
the
it
same thing.
done by Thursday. I'm gonna roll you day for day until you get it done.
I'll explain what that means to her, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What have you been doing with yourself, Mr. Compton? You come in here, you're smacking gum, in shorts, disheveled. Where do you live? Who with?
My ex.
AT.
How old are you? Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't look good. You just don't. You obviously not working, not making any money. You know, perception is reality, Mr. Compton. And if you're going to continue like this, you're going to have this same look when you're 52. But you're going to have a lot more missing body parts, hair, teeth. You're supposed to work your ass now at the tender age of 20s. So you set your future up. Something else is going on and we don't know what it is. I'm sending you for a drug test right now. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, first and foremost. If you fail to take a test, I'm going to make your bond so high. We're going to figure out what's going on with you because as it stands now, it just doesn't look good and you're going nowhere in life. And I'm going to do everything in my power to try to turn that around. Do you understand, Mr. Compton? The way that you've been conducting yourself, the way you look, it's not a good look. And you will become yet another statistic of the system. The system failed me. I will refuse to let the system fail you, and I will do everything in my power to prevent it from doing so. Do you understand? First and foremost, I'm sending you for a drug test. You must come right back. Take a seat.
For setting on the 7th of October. The original plan was 2-week reset to get employment, and then he was going to be tested 40 days after that date. I don't know what the results are. I think we're a little shy of 40 days still as of now, but so the courts will work.
Felicia, do you have the results on Compton? Come up, Mr. Compton. Anything else? You are not allowed to just smoke weed and do nothing. Do you understand, Mr. Compton? You are still testing positive, and the next time you test positive, you will stay with me. Tell me, what have you done since the first time we've met 40 days ago that you've bettered yourself? What? Prove it.
Yeah, Judge, he showed me his Indeed app. He's got, he's probably talked to what, 10 plus employers. How many interviews have you had? I got to think and check.
When is the last time you put in an application? Into who?
Can you look at his phone, Judge, at the bench?
Sure.
Okay.
So let's do this. Well, I'd like you to just take a seat. How many applications has he put in? How many dates has he done it with? And I'd like a full breakdown of what he's done in the last 40 days.
Okay.
You know, just other than just smoke weed, what has he done? Willie.
Mr. Compton looked at his Indeed app. So actually 10-3, before he came to court, he'd applied to Wendy's and they're in the process of rescheduling that interview. 10-12, he applied to Truth Barbecue and Whataburger. 10-19 applied to Food Market, Panera, Leaf and Grain. 10-25 applications to Domino's and Einstein Brothers.
Do not try to like Amazon or Starbucks.
Oh, well, he has experience in the food service industry, so he's trying
So
to do
what?
anything with.
Why don't you try with? You have to set lofty goals, right? You set your vision high. Go for the gusto. Go for the gold. Don't settle for down here. There are companies that are starting out $15, $19, $20 an hour. That's what you want because that's where you're going to make money. Fast food, while it is, yes, it is a job, it's not the best thing out there. Set loftier goals for yourself. Start at Starbucks. Go to Amazon. They kill with, if you can get a job there, you're making 15, 17 bucks an hour and you get great health insurance. That's where you need to start. It's great that you're doing here. Go for loftier goals. When you leave here today, go to Starbucks. Go to Amazon. Target $19.75 an hour, nearly 20 bucks an hour. Target. Here, I'm gonna see if I can print this out. See if I can do that. I don't know if I can.
The effort is there, Judge.
While the effort's good, it could be better. You need to go to better places. I'm going to try to print stuff out. On your phone, you need to Google highest paying hourly jobs. And that's where you start your search. And when you go to an interview, how do you look when you go to an interview? Do you look like this? What do you do? Okay. Perception is reality. If you look like a thug, they're going to treat you like a thug. You're coming to court, and look how you dress when you come to court. You're supposed to be better than that. If you come to me like this here and we're a judge and this is J.A.s right there, that tells me that you have absolutely no respect. Are you dressing the same way with trying to get a job? If you are, it's not going to happen. You take a shower, you comb your hair, you shave, you put on nice clothes, you try to talk well, because that's who's interviewing you. Smell good, because if you go in there and you smell like a small farm animal, it's not going to go well. This is what you need to do to get a job. And this is what you do to get a good job, because that's how you get a job where you can move up in the world. When you apply at like a Burger King and McDonald's, there's no advancement. That's what you want. You understand? Perception is reality. So when you go there, you need to look like you're gold, and then they're going to hire you. This, you'll get nowhere in life. I'm bringing you back in another 2 weeks. I want to see what you've done. Start with lofty goals. Starbucks, Target, Amazon. Do you understand? Make me proud. Come on, Mr. Compton. You can do it. All right.
Any judgment.